Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the penny, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. There's a little coin that most people don't give a second thought. It's small, it's copper-colored, and it's probably rolling around at the bottom of a drawer, a jar, or maybe hiding in a forgotten proof set somewhere in your house right now. But what if I told you that one specific version of the 2004 American penny, yes, the one from a US Mint proof set, could be worth more than your TV, your laptop, maybe even more than your entire savings account? That's right. A coin that originally cost just a few cents to make is now being hunted by collectors all over the country. But not just any 2004 penny. We're talking about a coin that was never meant for your pocket or for the cashier at the store. This is a proof coin, a special edition coin minted with extreme precision, crafted using polished dies struck multiple times to bring out razor-sharp detail and that gorgeous mirror-like shine. And in 2004, the US Mint released proof sets that included this stunning version of the Lincoln cent, and what most people don't realize is that a tiny number of these pennies came out absolutely flawless. Not just shiny. Not just clean. I mean flawless to the point where professional coin grading experts will actually stop and stare. We're talking the highest grade possible. A coin so perfect that even under a microscope, it's practically untouched. Now here's where things get interesting. Most people who bought those 2004 proof sets, they stored them away. Never opened them. Never looked closely. Some were handed down, passed through families, stored in safes, forgotten in closets. And inside some of those dusty boxes sits a coin that could be worth more than anyone expected. Because when one of these 2004 proof pennies hits the auction block, and it's certified in pristine, ultra-deep cameo condition, graded a perfect PR 70, collectors don't just notice. They start throwing serious money on the table. People don't understand just how wild this market gets. These aren't rare gold coins. They're not antique silver pieces. This is a Lincoln cent. A penny. But when it's the right penny, it can pay out like a hidden lottery ticket. You're not going to believe this, but it's true. A 2004 proof penny in top condition has already sold for a massive $2,700. That's already enough to turn a few moments of coin hunting into a major profit. But that's just the beginning, because when you find one of these pennies in elite condition, with no flaws, perfect finish, and that deep cameo contrast, that coin can sell for so much more. Not a few thousand. Not even 10 or 20. The top examples of the 2004 American proof penny have sold for an eye-popping, unbelievable, life-changing $55,000. Yes, $55,000. For a penny. Now imagine being the person who finds that. Imagine opening an old coin proof set, flipping open the protective case, and realizing that you're staring at a coin that's worth more than most cars. More than a year's salary. All sitting quietly in a little plastic box, waiting to be discovered. Most people never check. They forget what they have. They think, it's just a penny. And that one simple mistake could be costing them thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. The market for rare proof coins is growing fast, and every day more people are waking up to the fact that the change they've ignored for years might actually be the key to a small fortune. So here's the real question. Have you checked your 2004 proof sets? Have you looked closely? Have you taken the time to see if your penny might be one of the ultra-rare ones? Because if you haven't, you could be sitting on a gold mine and not even know it. The 2004 Lincoln proof penny isn't just another coin. It's a hidden jackpot. And if you're lucky enough to find one in flawless proof condition, that single coin could be worth anywhere from $2,700, all the way up to an incredible $55,000, all from a single penny. Check your sets. Your future might be sitting in your collection right now. Top 2. You might want to sit down for this, because that old penny you've never paid attention to, the one sitting quietly in a plastic case from a 1968 proof set, could be worth more than your car, more than your credit card limit, maybe even more than your current bank account. And no, this isn't some clickbait coin tale. This is real. Very real. Most people look at a penny and think, it's just 1 cent. Nothing valuable. Nothing rare. Just loose change. But what if I told you that one single version of the 1968 American penny, minted with precision, sealed in a U.S. mint-proof set, could secretly be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars? And here's the shocking part. Most of these coins are still hiding in plain sight. In closets. In drawers. In safe boxes. In dusty collections handed down from a grandparent, stored away, never checked. Because here's what the average person doesn't know: the value of a coin has nothing to do with what's printed on it, and everything to do with how rare, flawless, and perfectly preserved it is. Now let's talk about 1968. This was a year of change, of political upheaval, of cultural revolution. But while the world was looking forward, the U.S. Mint was producing something quietly powerful: a series of proof coins struck with unbelievable care and detail. These coins weren't made for circulation. They were made for collectors. That means no worn edges, no faded designs, no scratches from change jars or vending machines. Just pure, untouched beauty, mirror-like fields and razor-sharp devices. And within those proof sets from 1968 is the Lincoln penny. Seems ordinary, right? Just another cent with Abraham Lincoln's face on it. But here's where things get wild. Some of these proof pennies came out flawless. Absolutely pristine. The kind of quality that grading companies consider top of the top. That perfect PR70, deep cameo finish, frosted devices, mirrored background, zero imperfections. That kind of coin doesn't just interest collectors. It creates bidding wars. It pulls in serious money. And the best part? Most people still don't know what they're sitting on. That's why smart collectors and treasure hunters are scrambling to find these coins before the world catches up. And guess what? There's no reason why you couldn't have one of these coins right now, sitting in your home. Maybe you inherited a proof set. Maybe you bought one at a garage sale. Maybe it's hiding in a box you haven't opened in 20 years. But inside one of those sets could be a coin that's worth far, far more than 1 cent. You see, the secret is in the condition. If that 1968 penny has that rich, deep cameo finish, no marks, no haze, no wear, and it's been protected in that original proof set all this time, you might be sitting on a coin that's worth real money. And I'm not just talking about collector's money. I'm talking about wallet-busting, jaw-dropping, life-changing money. Because one of these 1968 Lincoln pennies from a proof set, in flawless, professionally graded condition, has already sold for an impressive $2,700. And that's just the starting point. When you get to the top-tier specimens, the absolute best of the best, museum-quality coins, the value doesn't just rise, it explodes. Some of the rarest, most perfect examples of this exact coin have sold for an eye-watering, show-stopping, heart-pounding $77,000. That's right. $77,000. For a penny, let that sink in for a second. 1 cent turned into $77,000, and all it takes is one coin. One forgotten proof set. One lucky discovery. That's the kind of find people dream about. The kind of story that ends with a big check, a life upgrade, or maybe even early retirement. So what are you waiting for? Check your old proof sets. Open that old box. Look through your family's collection. Because somewhere out there, another one of these 1968 proof pennies is waiting to be discovered, and it could be yours. And if it's in perfect condition, it could be worth anywhere between $2,700 and an unbelievable $77,000. All from a single penny. Don't ignore the little things. Sometimes they're worth the most. Top 3. What if I told you that the most valuable thing in your house right now isn't your phone, your TV, or your jewelry, but a tiny 1-cent coin you haven't looked at in years? No joke, one little penny from 1987, just one, sitting in a forgotten proof set, could be worth more than your car, more than your rent, maybe even more than your entire bank account. You see, every single day, people walk past money without even realizing it. And not just loose change in parking lots. I'm talking about real, serious money, hidden in coin collections, in closets, attics, drawers, and old boxes of proof sets passed down from parents or grandparents. And the 1987 American penny? It's one of the biggest hidden treasures of them all. Now, this isn't just any penny. It's not the kind you'd find in your pocket or buried under your car seat. The 1987 Lincoln cent we're talking about comes from a proof set, a specially made set of coins produced by the U.S. Mint, using polished dies, carefully struck multiple times for that flawless mirror-like finish. These coins aren't made for spending. They're made for collectors. And some of them? They are pure gold mines in disguise. Here's where it gets exciting. Inside those 1987 proof sets, most of the pennies are pretty standard. Shiny, yes. Beautiful, definitely. But not necessarily valuable. But then there are the rare ones. The exceptional ones. The pennies that came out in absolutely perfect condition, deep cameo finish, zero marks, no spots, no haze. The kind that, when seen under magnification, look like they were minted yesterday by angels. Now imagine you're holding one of those. Imagine pulling it out of an old proof set, sending it off to be graded, and it comes back as a PR70 deep cameo, the highest grade possible. That one small moment, that one little coin, could completely change your financial life. And the wildest part? Most people have absolutely no idea what they're sitting on. Collectors and dealers know the truth. They're constantly searching for these perfect proof coins. But regular people? They pass them by without a second thought. They sell their proof sets for pennies, literally, without even checking. And the lucky ones who do check? They're cashing in. You won't believe this, but you need to hear it. A 1987 proof penny in top condition has already sold for a massive $2,700. Yes, $2,700. For a 1-cent coin. But that's not the part that'll keep you up tonight. Because the most flawless examples, the ultra-rare, museum-grade coins with that perfect deep cameo look, have sold for more. Way more. How much more? Brace yourself. Some of these 1987 proof pennies have reached a jaw-dropping, life-changing, unbelievable value of $84,000. Let that number sink in. $84,000. For one penny. That's not a myth. That's not hype. That's what serious collectors are paying to own a piece of perfection from a year that most people completely overlooked. So the question is simple. Have you checked your 1987 proof sets? Do you even know if you have one? Because somewhere out there, in a dusty old box or a forgotten collection, someone's about to discover a 1-cent coin that's worth more than most people make in a year. Don't wait for someone else to find it. Don't assume you don't have it. Go look. Because that 1987 American penny from a proof set, if it's in perfect, untouched, PR70 condition, could be worth anywhere from $2,700 all the way up to an eye-watering $84,000. And that, my friend, is not just a penny. That's a jackpot disguised as change. Top 4. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that millions overlook every day, a simple American penny from 1985. At first glance, it looks ordinary, something you might toss in a jar or forget about in a drawer. But this isn't just any penny. This is a 1985 American penny from a proof set, a coin struck with exceptional precision, designed not for everyday spending but for collectors who appreciate perfection. And what if I told you that this small, copper coin could be worth more than your car, your vacation, or even your rent for a year? Yes, the 1985 proof penny might be the most valuable piece of forgotten treasure sitting quietly in homes across America. Most people don't realize what makes these proof pennies so special. Unlike coins in circulation, proof pennies are crafted with polished dies and struck multiple times, resulting in a mirror-like finish and extraordinary detail. These coins shimmer with a brilliance that ordinary pennies simply don't have. But the true magic lies beneath the surface. Some 1985 proof pennies exist in flawless condition, virtually untouched since they left the U.S. Mint. They boast deep cameo contrast, sharp features, and no imperfections. And when these coins are professionally graded, they can reach the highest marks reserved for coins in absolutely perfect condition. Now, here's where the story gets thrilling. Imagine stumbling upon one of these flawless 1985 proof pennies in an old family coin set or a dusty box in the attic. Most people don't bother to check their old proof sets, dismissing them as worthless or simply sentimental. But collectors and savvy investors are searching high and low for these rare gems because their value has skyrocketed in recent years. A 1985 proof penny in pristine condition has already commanded an impressive price of $2,700 at auction. But this is only the beginning of the journey. The most extraordinary specimens, the ones with an impeccable mirror finish and stunning cameo contrast, have sold for astronomical amounts that few would ever expect from a penny. Prepare yourself, because the top-tier 1985 proof pennies have been known to fetch a staggering $94,000. Yes, $94,000 for a single 1-cent coin. It's almost unbelievable, but the market is real, and the demand for these coins continues to grow as more collectors realize the treasure that lies within proof sets from that year. One perfect penny can transform a collection from an overlooked curiosity into a financial windfall. So ask yourself, have you checked your old proof sets lately? Have you taken the time to examine those pennies with a careful eye or had them professionally graded? Because the 1985 American proof penny, if it's in flawless condition, could be worth anywhere from $2,700 to an eye-popping $94,000. Don't let this chance slip through your fingers. That forgotten coin in your possession could be the key to unlocking an incredible fortune. Sometimes, the smallest things in life hold the greatest value. Top 5. Picture this: a tiny American penny from 1999, gleaming in a proof set, often overlooked and tucked away in dusty collections or forgotten drawers. To most people, it's just a coin, a simple 1-cent piece. But what if I told you that this very coin could be your golden ticket, a hidden treasure that could turn your ordinary day into an extraordinary payday? Yes, the 1999 American penny from a proof set might be the secret fortune waiting for you, right under your nose. Unlike regular pennies tossed around in pockets or spilled onto counters, proof pennies are a whole different story. Crafted with meticulous care by the U.S. Mint, these coins are struck multiple times with polished dies to create a mirror-like finish that shines brighter than anything you see in everyday change. The 1999 proof penny is part of this elite club, but what makes certain coins from this year extraordinarily valuable is the near-perfect condition they maintain over decades. We're talking about coins with razor-sharp details, deep cameo contrasts, and surfaces so pristine that under professional grading, they can earn the highest marks collectors dream about. Now, why is this important? Because while millions of 1999 pennies were made, only a tiny fraction from proof sets survived in flawless condition. These coins are rare and highly sought after by collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for them. And that's where the greed kicks in. Serious money is involved, and it's slipping through the fingers of those who don't even know what they're holding. If you have one of these pristine 1999 proof pennies, it's already worth a significant sum. Some have sold for as much as $2,700, turning a simple coin into a small fortune. But here's where it gets really exciting. The best of the best, the ultra-rare, flawless deep cameo examples, have commanded jaw-dropping prices. We're talking about coins that can fetch as high as $85,000. Imagine that. $85,000 for a penny that originally cost 1 cent. This isn't just about coins. It's about opportunity. About knowing the hidden value of something seemingly ordinary. While most people ignore the pennies in their collections, savvy collectors and investors are quietly scooping up these proof coins, recognizing their skyrocketing value. So the big question is, have you checked your 1999 proof sets lately? Could you be sitting on a coin worth thousands? Even tens of thousands? Because the 1999 American penny from a proof set, if preserved in perfect, untouched condition, could be worth anywhere from $2,700 to an astonishing $85,000. This is more than just change, it's a golden opportunity waiting for discovery. Don't let your fortune slip away in a jar of forgotten pennies. Take a closer look. Your 1999 proof penny could be your next big payday.